My fellow Zimbabweans, let me help you understand what has just taken place in Zimbabwe today. So General Chiwenga came out and gave a 12-minute speech about how he interprets what is taking place in ZANU-PF. There's only one sentence. In everything he says, there is one sentence that matters the most. And I'll tell you what that sentence is. That sentence was the statement when he said, if we go to Congress. Remember that line. It was if we go to Congress. I said 72 hours ago that General Chiwenga had 72 hours to make a play. And this time, touch was a move. He made his move, so this is what's now going to take place. But before I explain, let me put everything into context. The reason General Chiwenga came out today and did what he did, there is three fundamental reasons. Reason number one is he knows that all the military is with him. The military is united on this. How I know the military is united is unlike you and me on social media or at home, when we have an argument, we shout at each other. The military is united by one cause, or rather the military uses one tool to show their distrust or their displeasure, and that is their weapons. Okay? If we had any disunity, anywhere in the military, anywhere across the country, the military would have simply stepped in and used their arms. One battalion or regiment somewhere would have stepped in. Because this has not happened, that means the military is one. You will notice that with the general, when he came out today, was the heads of all the arms of the defense. The Zimbabwe defense is flanked by the Zimbabwe National Army. Valerio Sibanda, he was there, flanked by prison service, and it's flanked by ZRP, which is led by Commissioner Chihuri. They all came out to show solidarity and to show support. Understand, why they came out is not necessarily because they care about you. General Chiwenga did not read that speech because he cares about you. He read that speech because Robert Mugabe is threatening his livelihood, is threatening his security. But that's not a bad thing. We all want Mugabe gone for different reasons. Okay? Our reasons are different. Chiwenga's reasons are different from mine and yours. But it doesn't change that he wants him gone. So we are looking at a silver bullet. But before we get to understand what that silver bullet means or how you utilize that silver bullet, let me explain what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next is now the president has got 48 hours to make a play. Now we're not talking about touch is a move. Now we're talking about sudden death. There is two options the president has. Option number one, the president can save himself. He can save himself and he can abandon G40. By this I mean he is going to have to abandon Jonathan Moyo. He's going to have to abandon Xavier Kasukwere. He's going to have to abandon his nephew Patrick Joao. He's going to have to abandon his wife Lady Gaga. By abandoning them, he saves himself and the party comes back and is rallied behind by the war veterans again. Option number two, he fails to save himself and he goes with G40. What this essentially means is in the next 48 hours, he will no longer be president of this country. Mark my words. In the next 48 hours, he will no longer be president of this country because the military will step in. I'll tell you how the military will step in. Number one, they'll simply move into all television and radio stations. So you'll find all media broadcasts will be manned by the military. They will take over, they will announce on radio. This time it won't be a press conference. They will announce on the national broadcaster that we've taken over the country. They will get support because the West is watching what's happening right now. Chiwenga understands he's got SADC on his side. He understands he's got the African Union on his side. He understands he also has the West on his side. So they will all step in and they will all support and a transition. We saw them do this in Libya. We saw them do this in Egypt. We saw them do this in Tunisia. So the world will watch and they will support a move such as this one. This is the move he's going to make. But how does this affect or change the life of everyday normal Zimbabwean? What do you have to do? What is it going to help you? Zimbabweans, listen to me carefully. For a very long time, we have been unable to move this country forward because we fight alone and we fight divided. When the whites lost their farms, we say that was not my problem, so the whites had to fight by themselves. When Murambatsina took place and people's houses and homes were destroyed, we say that is not my problem, so we let the poor people suffer by themselves. When Mujuru got fired out of ZANU-PF, it's not my problem, suffer by yourself. When Mugen Changirai got beaten up, not my problem, suffer by yourself. We saw the same thing happen with Pastor E. We saw the same thing happening with Emerson Mnangagwa recently. So when Zimbabweans are feeling a little bit of hope, they're not feeling hope because they like Mnangagwa. They're not feeling hope because they like the generals. They're feeling hope because they feel as if the one enemy that has been fighting everybody is finally coming under attack by themselves. This is why Zimbabweans are starting to feel hope. Now what this means is you who is watching me right now, wherever you're watching me from, it means organize yourself. You have one job. One job that you have to do. One job. A perfect storm is coming. A perfect storm is coming. Find the money. $50 if you must. Put it on the side and hold it. Hold it. Because all of us are going to get the chance to finally fight together. Because what's going to happen is as the whole system cripples, a kryptonite injects into the veins of ZANU-PF, there is going to be an opportunity to appoint a new people's champion. Okay? There is over 2 million, 3 million Zimbabweans in the diaspora. If everybody was to put $50 for the sake of conversation, okay? $50 by 2 million people, that's $100 million. That can go into funding the next people's champion, whether that's Chamisa, whether that's Tangirai, whether that's me, whether that's Naimujuru, it doesn't matter, whether that's Usha, it doesn't matter. But in the next 48 hours, we get a chance to rewrite the story of Zimbabwe. I am asking every Zimbabwean out there, in the next 48 hours, we will be rewriting the story. Because either way, whether Mugabe saves himself or whether he fails to save himself and the military takes over, we get a chance to rewrite the story. We all want him gone for different reasons, but either way, he is about to go. I am appealing to you all. Now is not the time to be fighting each other. Now is the time to be whispering in each other's ears and saying it's almost time we can get it done. It's almost time we can get it done. Here we are, guys. It is almost time. So, touch is a move. Sudden death. Mr. President, you have 48 hours to make a move. Make the wrong move, you're gone. Make the right move, you can only save yourself, but you can't save everybody who's with you. Share this video. Let everybody hear this message. We are going to keep talking. Find me on my Facebook page. I'm ACIE Lumumba. Here we are, guys. And as you know, because the police are going to harass me again tomorrow, so let me make it very clear, the disclaimer, I'm obviously just joking. I mean, who am I to be talking about what the military is doing? I'm just kidding with all of you. You guys go to sleep. Go home now. My funnies.